Hi, my name is Jackie Murray with Ask a Tech Teacher. I'm your guide through these 32 lessons of the fifth grade structured learning technology curriculum. We're on lesson 7, and that's on graphic organizers. This is a topic, if you've been following along with the structured learning curriculum, students have been doing for years. They have, and in fact, we've got some examples down here of graphic organizers. I think this one they did as a group, and this one they probably did as a group. But by second grade, they were doing it by themselves. So they understand the idea of graphic organizers, but don't tell them, ask them, well, what do these do? Here are examples. This is in their student workbook. So how do these projects you did in the past communicate ideas better than all these words up here? So ask them to think about that and have a discussion about that, because that's the importance of graphic organizers. It's for many it's a better way to communicate. It's certainly a different way for everyone. So you want them to understand that, so it's one of the tools they have available when they're struggling on how to get their ideas across. So let's see. Then we have, oh, these are more examples. These are in your book of what they did. So you're going to continue with the board presentations. You're going to talk about evidence of learning if this is your week to do that. So you've got a couple things to do to start class before you get into the graphic organizers. And then you're going to discuss it. You're going to show them examples of the type that you're going to do. It might be this one. It might be a different one. We have some examples here where you can get right here, where you can get free online graphic organizers for your desktop computer or for your iPads here, whichever you're using. So try these two links if you're looking for templates. You could also draw it yourself. These two were created in Google Draw. So if you have Google Draw, that's just a great way to do it for the students to do it themselves. Let's see what I have in theirs that might be different. Oh, these are good. These aren't graphic organizers. They're tables, but they can be very visual. This one is a graphic organizer. So you might have students look at these two examples, a table or a graphic organizer, and there too discuss the idea of what's different about these two. Which do I like better? They're options. There's not a right or wrong answer to this. It's what suits the student better. Up here on their book too, there's some really good examples of graphic organizers that the students might not think of that way. Their phone with all the home page on their home screen on their phone, a calendar, and this one is they probably may not have even seen this one, but org chart for a company. So these are graphic organizers that these two especially they'll run into all the time, and they do. How would they like it if these were just words rather than the iconic pictures? And if this, what if these dates were just in one long row, not 7 to a week and not arranged the way they are? What if they were just a long row of dates? It wouldn't be nearly as informative. So these are samples that they could use, or you could choose from those lists I gave you. By 5th grade, you can have a little more sophisticated type of graphic organizer, not quite the infographic approach, but depending upon your student group, an infographic would be fine. I don't think we get into those till, I think it's 6th grade. It might be 7th for infographics, because they're take a lot more setup, a lot more research than what you're doing here with the graphic organizer. Basically here, they're taking information they already have and they're organizing it in a way to communicate it. An infographic, they're researching and then taking that information that they've researched and arranging it. So let's see. And here is an example. When you pick the type of graphic organizer they're going to use, they'll want to draw it out and have an example of how it would be. And this would be one. They can draw it over here using their annotation tool and draw if they're going to do the spokes and wheels, if they're going to do the progressive circle chart, if they're going to do the target. Just draw it out right here and plan it out so they know exactly what it is. Then when they're creating it, they're all ready to go. So remind them how to take screenshots, because they won't always, whatever tool they're in, it might not be easy to memorialize their project. This one's very simple though. If you have this project and then you take a screenshot of it and you save that, and then you've got it. You could also save it as a Google Draw or whatever you're in, Google Docs, MS Word, whatever you're in, you could save it that way, or the simple screenshot and then using the native tool, and then you're all set. A reminder, anytime you're going on the internet, which they will only go if you have them get pictures for if they got this background picture, if they got these pictures in the table here, which they're not going to do, but this background picture, if they got these that go in showing samples of animal adaptations, then they have to go on the internet to find those. They have to do that the right way. So if you haven't discussed that yet with them, the correct way to grab pictures from the internet, you'll have to stop and review that with them and let them know these are the ways, this is where you can go to find them, this is how you're going to cite your sources for the pictures, this is how you're going to make sure the pictures can be used with citations. Some pictures you can't use them even if you cite them. You just aren't allowed. So then you don't use them. You move on to somewhere else. You could request permission, but for a school project, it's probably not going to be necessary. And do discuss fair use, where most school projects, I almost want to say all, but there's never that sort of absolute. You can use any picture you want, only as a school for academic purposes. All right. As they're finishing up, because this students will finish in different timings and you might have them working in groups, they can work on this Padlet where they're going to embed the type of project that would suit a graphic organizer. So they'll go to wherever you have this Padlet embedded and they'll stick their answer. This is happens to be on the start page, but you might have it on your blog or your wiki or your website and just have them go and click and add their thoughts to that so they can share it with everyone. I think that's about it, guys. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. This is a very fun project. So if something about this doesn't make sense or you need help setting up graphic organizers, love the topic. So reach out to me. We can even meet online and go over it and do a sample together. Okay, guys, have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.